Awesome. Hey, everybody, welcome to Plausible Deniability. So great to have everybody here. I'm Michael Cross.
I'm Brook Bullock.
Johnnie Payne.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
The Grog
Happy
Nerds.
Thursday.
The Grog Nerds in the house. And
I'm so excited, so super excited to see you guys. I mean, I know I just saw you on Sunday, but it just has a week. I'm ready. I can't even talk. I'm so excited.
And before we do anything, everybody who's watching this right now, right down here, right down below the red dirt logo, there's a subscribe button.
Yes.
Everybody, click that subscribe button. We need subscribers on this channel. It's very, very, very important that we get subscribers. So hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this live, hit it right now. If you're watching later, hit it right now. If you're watching it like on someone else's computer, make sure and subscribe for them. If you see somebody with YouTube, just go onto Red Dirt RPG YouTube and click subscribe for them. They'll thank you for it later. I promise.
Yeah, go click the like button right now. You're looking at it. It's right there.
Yes.
Including both of you. Like and subscribe. All right. Enough shilling for the man.
I am never done shilling for them. I am the man. What are you talking about?
That's your job. That's what you get paid for. Jeez.
But hey, there's some. We're gonna get to trivia in a bit. I promise. But we want to get everyone into the room first.
Brook is so
For those who don't know, it's Brook's Friday today.
I know. Yes.
Are you drunk?
No, not yet.
Not yet. So there is a chance.
It is my
it's
Friday
5 o'clock
today.
somewhere.
I know. I'm doing banker hours or whatever that crazy stuff is. And really, what will I do with my day off? I will do all the work that I didn't get to earlier because teachers have both teaching and then they have all the paperwork for the teaching that they did. So I'm so dumb that it comes home with me. So
yeah. Aiden's here, he's still at work, but he's still going to try and cheat at trivia. Awesome.
It's a good trivia game when people are like on the sly trying to figure out how can I do this while I'm at work, So we got a couple of people doing that, I think.
That's why we're waiting for people to come on. But Johnny, how are things going with you? What's going on with you?
I wasn't here last time.
You were.
I had a headache.
Headache.
Do you want me to tell a story?
What?
I'll tell my headache story. It's a crazy story.
Go for it.
I kind of told you, Brooke.
Other than missing your Constitution save, what happened?
I get really bad headaches every once in a while, and sometimes I just, like migraine, you just treat it the way you do. But that's it. That's the end of the story. It's boring. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you another. So 24 years ago, I got crippling headaches, and I went to the doctor in the middle of the night with one, and they woke everybody up and brought everybody in. It was on call, and they gave me scans and X-rays and all this sort of stuff. And they went, "Oh," and I said, "Do you see something?" And they said the only thing they could say, "You need to make an appointment."
Oh no!
So, short story here. One thing led to another. There was a thing somewhere in my head, inside of my skull. They never used the word tumor, but they used definition of the word tumor. They used abnormal cluster of cell development abnormal cell cluster, or they never actually threw any of those hard words out there. So over the course of 6 months, they kept watching it. I kept going in for scans. It kept changing a little bit. And they're like, okay, we're going to do this gamma knife thing so we don't have to cut the top of your head off. And hopefully that'll take care of it. And here's the date, et cetera, et cetera. So they said the day before you come in one more time. We're going to take another look at it. So it's fresh look and we know right where it is and we can get all the instrumentation. So I did that, and when I came back like at 6 the next morning, I'm taking off my gown, and the specialist walks in and says, "Wait, it's gotten smaller."
Oh.
Tumors don't do that.
No.
So in reality, it was some sort of abnormal cluster of cell development thing. And they're like, we're going to watch it over the next, few weeks. We're going to bring you in for scan. The scans just got further and further apart until it was down to like minuscule, and it went away. And for like, I would go back like like once a year for a few years, and they're like, yeah, there's nothing in your head anymore. Well, I'm like, I knew that. But every once in a while, when I do get like this, so when I do this twice a year, like really bad headache, I do freak out, and I'm like, oh my god, is it? But then like 3 hours later, it's gone, and I'm like, okay, I'm fine. But yeah, it's the weird tumor / not a tumor, not a tumor.
It's not a
story.
tumor. Yeah.
Not a tumor.
I'll tell you what, nothing makes you sit down and start looking up medical stuff like having the medical thing. Like, what's a gamma knife procedure? And I'm just all over that. I've become an expert on it because I read an article and I watched YouTube. So I could do it myself. But yeah, it was a little interesting part of my life there. There's really weird, like blackout headaches, I'd wake up in strangers' houses. No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't anything like that.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, but the weird part was I'm like, how come you guys aren't using the word tumor? And they were just like, because it's not. I'm like, but you're defining it. And they're like, that's close. And then when it started shrinking, I was like, okay, this is the weirdest thing ever. So, yeah. It was interesting.
And someday, the other end of the Warlock Pact will come due, and you'll figure out what it is that you're supposed to.
Flesh somewhere, and
as long as I have Eldritch Blast, I'll be good.
You said the catchphrase.
Can you
that's how I've been.
Ask for the gamma radiation, just like on the side, just in case is a Bruce Banner.
Or like turn green and get all
I've been trying to get like radioactive spiders to bite me, but it's just not working. I don't know why.
I know. S. Jones works in a lab, and I just have a tiny bit of jealousy because someday there could be an industrial accident, and then
and then you get Spidey powers.
So,
gets to have a cape.
I finally finished absorbing my twin. That's what it was, and it was like I've seen that movie. Kinder Thulu's in the chat. He jokes because when we were younger, I would be like, "Do you smell that? I think I smoked too much. I think I smell cancer." It was
Yeah.
Brook my paranoia.
Normal people are like, dude, I can see colors, and you're like, I can smell.
No, I mean cigarettes, not that kind of stuff. I'm allergic to that kind of stuff. Can't do that. Just cigarettes. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. No, but people are like, no, it's the Canadian bacon you had left over from the pizza last night. It's still sitting out. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah.
Hey, have you seen Picard yet?
No, I haven't. I was going to watch it before the show so that we could talk, but I don't. Yeah, no spoilers. No, I'll watch it as soon as this is over.
Woo!
I know.
Very cool.
One thing. Tissues.
I had tissues the last few episodes.
Yeah. I know. Tissues. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Anyway, trivia. Go from tissues to trivia. We got trivia. Trivia right there. Yay. Thank you to D&D Trivia. And very excited about this. So, are y'all ready?
I'm
ready.
There's about a 20-second delay, so
I have a question before you start.
Yeah.
Who makes Trivial Pursuit?
Milton Bradley?
That is a really good question.
Yeah. Is it Hasbro?
No.
Okay. So there's...
No. I am wrong. It is Hasbro.
So are we going to see a Trivial Pursuit game in our Trivial Pursuit movie in our future?
Trivial Pursuit.
Or like
the red
pieces?
Yes.
Like run around? I don't know.
I think
that was a stretch. Just ask the question, Michael.
Red Dirt RPG trivia. We've been around for about 50 years. Yeah. We can do Red Dirt RPG trivia.
I love it.
Here we go. The first one we're going to ask is
Everyone's name's Hasbro.
I can't remember what the green one is. Anyway. Magic and Miscellany. The spell detect poison and disease requires the leaf of what tree as its material component?
The tall one.
The spell detect poison and disease requires the leaf of what tree as its material component?
I think my
Curtis
mythology
says Cthulhu.
knowledge. It's always right out of the box. Good first guess for every question.
Let's see.
I think my mythology knowledge tells me this.
I had
one,
it right in
but-
my head, so I'm kind of excited about that. Andrew is wrong. Ruffles and Falcor is wrong. Andrew is wrong again. Aiden, Poison Ivy. Hal, nope.
Poison Ivy tree.
Wise.
Hey
Curtis.
Scott, good to see you in the chat. Woo!
Yes.
Scott!
It's Treebeard's testicles. That's right.
You made him say it. Curtis gets bonus points.
Curtis, you get inspiration.
Not the point, but
There it is.
inspiration.
Kender Thulu. You got it.
Yay!
U tree.
Woo!
It is the U. And actually, I remember that because I remember seeing U leaf, and I'm like, I wouldn't. What about a me leaf? Why do I have to have a U leaf? What about an us leaf? I think that should be, more. Anyway,
So for healing, you have to turn over a U leaf. I got
a
it.
U leaf. That's right. Banana, sycamore, treant, hemlock. So, Kendra Thula got it right. So mark him down for 1 on this one.
Woohoo!
And we go to history.
History. Here's the one where the
hated.
grogs come out.
I know. Everyone make sure to do a history check as we ask you this question. When TSR changed their logo to the Lizard Man in 1975, they updated the cover of D&D's original white box with that logo. True or false? Got a 50-50 chance here, guys. When TSR changed their logo to the Lizard Man in 1975, they updated the cover of D&D's original white box with what logo? With that logo.
From
true or false?
From Token Con, Jerry, fan of the show, Jerry White, brought his originals and the supplements, and those pictures are on this phone because
those pictures are on Discord.
Those pictures are on Discord. People are like,
okay,
quick search back to March 18th.
Ruffles and Falcor got the first one.
All right.
It is false, and actually, as it says here, they retained the original. The original what? What does that say? The original GK
TSR.
logo on all original D&D boxes.
Gotcha.
So
Boxes
yes. So Ruffles and Falcor first off with the false. Andrew, the
Hot
fact that you went
diggity.
true and immediately typed in false,
That's a man playing either a bard or a rogue, maybe both.
he's-
Politician. That's
he's
what
head-
that is.
yes.
Politician.
hedge. He's hedging his bets there. All right, here we go. The monsters. Monsters.
You guys are rocking it.
What is the name of the leader of the Modrons?
Oh my God. Seriously?
What is the name of the leader of the Modrons?
Fresh cut grass. Oh,
Why,
no,
this
wait.
is so-
So while
The
we're,
universe
while,
is
we're,
so weird.
while we're waiting for an answer to that, do you think the fresh cut grass moment in the movie was a nod to Sam's character, or do you think it was just a thing?
I thought it was, but in interviews, they've all said it was a coincidence.
I thought so
Really?
too. That's what I thought.
Regal
But
said it
everyone's
was a
like,
coincidence. They all
everyone's
said
like,
no.
oh, it's an Easter egg. It's an Easter egg. I'm like, no, it's not. That's actually one of the things you can do with prestidigitation is make the smell
but
of fresh cut
In the
grass.
moment, I was all for it. Okay, Andrew Sheffy said clock. Curtis said how.
Oh, Aiden says Mechanus.
Curtis says Hal.
Technically, that might be true.
So far, no one has got it right, but one of them out there, one of those answers is close.
Oh.
Andrew's already given up to Aiden.
It is not. It is not
Haldron.
Mechanus.
It's a Haldron collider. That's what it is. Haldron.
Haldron
The two
Collider.
together.
And
It's not Mechanos. It's Mechanos.
Oh, I thought it was Mechanos.
yeah, still
No.
no one yet.
All right.
Sonata.
Yeah.
5 seconds. We're calling it.
Oh.
It's the
All
name
right.
of a 90s prog rock band that I saw at Red Rocks back in like the early 90s.
Depeche Mode.
No, I saw Depeche Mode at the Six Flags. The OMD opened for them.
Primus.
My wife was there. My
Is
wife
it
was
Primus?
there.
Wow.
Oh, wait,
Did you know each
there you go.
other?
Kinder Thulu.
Yay!
Primus. So okay.
Aiden says,
I got.
Aiden, go. You go.
What did Aiden say?
Aiden said, Mr.
McCannis.
McCannis.
Mr. McCannis. Mr. That sounds like a character from Cats. So now, here, okay, so I haven't told you guys the story, so we'll tell the story to everybody. You guys will love this. So I went and saw Depeche Mode in 1988. I think it was 1988 at Six Flags. Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, OMD, opened for them, and I watched the whole thing. Blah blah blah. About 20 years later, I meet Kimberly Johnson. And I get to know her. And I mentioned, hey, I saw OMD open for Depeche Mode. And she goes, where? I said, the Six Flags in Dallas. And she said, I was at that show. So, yes, she was like on fourth row. And we both went to the same concert. I think we also might have also gone to see Nine Inch Nails together, but not together.
Nice. Right.
I love those.
Cool story.
I love those things, and I know they're just coinkydink, and humans look for patterns. But my wife and I have some things like that, where if I had made just a slightly different decision in my life, then we would have totally met earlier, right? And then like this over here and that over there, and just those swirly eddy moments of time where we romanticize it and say the universe was trying to bring us together, right? It just took a while. So
Brook, what we say, same thing. There's been so many times that so many people that we all know. I mean, I knew her brother for 10 years. What we say is the universe knew we weren't ready yet.
Yeah, that is the problem. Is it had I met her back then, it would not have been good.
Yeah,
I needed to wait till I was in my 40s before I could. Yeah. Okay. Pink. What is that one? That's Adventures, maybe? Okay. Oh, gosh. Here we go, folks. Module H4. The Throne of Bloodstone came with pre-generated characters of what epic level? Module H4. The Throne of Bloodstone came with pre-generated characters of what epic level?
We say epic level. If we're talking about 3.5, there are literally epic levels, and they could be 25. If we're talking about 5e, epic is like level 7. No one's laughing.
No, epic is still 20th level, but this remember, this is module
This
H.
is old module. Yeah, it's an old one.
Yeah,
The
this is
Throne of
an
Bloodstone.
old one, right?
Came
Man.
with pre-generated characters of what epic
We have answers
level?
coming in. The answer 25.
Andrew's 25, Aiden's 26,
25,
Now,
15,
Curtis
18.
15, 18, 9.8.
Yeah.
No
This is the
right
one-
answers yet. Nope.
This is the one that has, isn't it like Orcus on the cover? No, it's not Orcus. It's there's like a demon lawyer's like leaning in, coming out of like a cave with teeth or something. I'm almost sure that's the one.
Curtis EI. It is a number, Curtis. It is actually a number we're looking for. Mouse.
Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3?
Frank. Tim.
Oh, there we go.
That's
Is that Andrew? Is Andrew going on? I think I have a pretty good guess, but I could be wrong. So.
okay. Okay. So first off, here's a hint. Here's a hint for everyone. Here's a hint, everybody.
You guys are crazy
none
in the chat.
of these guesses. You ready?
Oh, I know.
None of these guesses. Wait a minute. None of these guesses are anywhere close.
I know what it is.
So
It is hitting.
reset, everybody. None of you are even close. That's
Oh,
how
then I'm
epic these
wrong,
levels
too.
are.
Then I'm wrong,
Curtis,
too.
stop that.
Curtis is
You're just gonna fill up our chat.
We're gonna have-
Andrew.
Yay!
Andrew got it. Andrew, 100. Can you imagine?
Wow.
Can you imagine playing characters that were 100th level? I mean, in first
Yeah.
edition, because by the time you got up to 14th, you were pretty darn powerful.
Yeah.
Well, here's the scary part about it in first edition. At level 100, the things you're fighting can one-shot you. Yeah, at level 1, the things you're fighting can one-shot you.
Yeah,
Everything can one-shot you.
that's the whole point. You should be
Yeah.
fighting something that But yes,
How did
That-
you make-
level
if you made it to
100.
100, that's saying something.
Yeah.
Before you gave us a clue, I was thinking it's 30. And
Ah.
then you said no, we're close, and I'm like, oh, I was with Ruffles. I was like, oh, it's 50. But oh my gosh.
100.
Wow.
Yeah, level 100. I would love to see those. I'd love to play a character that's level 100.
Dude, that's got to be like trying to do, when you go the old basic set of rules and you have the Immortals set, the gold box, right?
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
Like throw 20 ancient black dragons at you. All right.
Oh,
I think at level 100, wizards get 6 spells
Yes. Okay, here we go.
in first edition.
In Eberron, which order of druids believes that arcane magic is an abomination against nature? In Eberron, which order of druids believes that arcane magic is an abomination against nature?
The hippies.
This is a very interesting thing to know the answer to for something, shall we say, way in the future, Michael Cross.
Very, very far in the
that's
future.
really, I know. So
Yeah.
little spoiler-free clue there. I like that question a lot, and I want to know what the answer is. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I am
let's see it.
Eberron
I
dumb.
got what do we got? The Order of the Emerald Claw, no. Democrats, Order of Fries. I absolutely
Mr.
love
Ruffles
you guys.
is on today.
Oh, Kinder,
Hey.
Thulu. Oh my gosh, is that 3 for him?
You did play a lot of
Coming.
Eberron.
Yep. So Kinder's, that's fantastic.
It is the
So-
Ashbound. Ashbound.
Woo!
The Ashbound.
I tell you what, Kinder coming out of the shadows, boom! It's, and I don't think anyone has missed one yet, have we? We're just on question 5, right?
That's right. Yeah. So question
Oh,
6.
Andrew could tie it up for the week if
Yeah.
he comes in, or someone might take the lead.
Here we go. This is cosmology. In which D&D setting might characters find themselves in wild space?
Sorry.
In which D&D setting might characters find themselves in wild space? It's going to be about who gets it first.
This is going to be typing faster.
Yeah.
Faster internet, typer fasters.
See who gets it. Because, yeah, this is obvious. This is so very obvious. But see who
It was
gets it.
going to type. I almost said it.
And you
I
have
said
to spell it correctly. No,
I know I'm thinking of the same pun.
I was
I'm
gonna
thinking of the same
who's
pun.
going to type
Aiden.
spell
I knew it was going to be
first?
Aiden. I knew it was going to be Aiden. That guy types like crazy. He's so good at it. Because he's 17. They still have the nimble thumbs and they can see better. They can see that 8-point type. So yes, with Spelljammer.
Everybody coming in, you guys, okay, not Curtis, but everybody else coming in, you got it right. So woo!
Yep. Except for Andrew, who said Space Jammer. That was the movie with Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny. That's what needs to be made. Someone needs to make a Space Jammer movie with Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny fighting off of GIF and riding around in a Nautilus.
Gifs. I have a GIF voice in my head. okay. I don't know.
Kiri Hester here. Kiri Hester here with the answer Star Wars. Kiri.
That is not right, but good guess. So I saw a little TikTok the other day with a family. They're like, honey, are you all ready to go are you all ready to go to Comic-Con? And he was wearing this fantastic Mandalorian outfit. And then there was, the little kid next to him that had the Jedi outfit, and then a small little kid that had an incredible Jawa outfit with like the glow in the dark eyes and everything like that. It's like, honey, are you ready to go to TokenCon? She's like, I'm on my way. She comes downstairs. She's wearing like a Star Trek fleet uniform, and the Mandalorian guy is just like, why do you have to ruin everything?
that was actually one of my favorite. What was it? Was when they in Big Bang Theory, when everyone went to go see the Star Wars movie, and Will Wheaton comes out in his Wesley Crusher Star Trek uniform.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like classic.
That was good.
Classic.
So much fun.
We have got a great show for you. We're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to talk about the new D&D Dungeon Master's Guide. We're going to talk maybe a little bit about the movie. We've got some other things to talk about. But before we talk about anything else, I want to talk about this thing.
What?
You can't see it. Not that one. Look on the YouTube. It'll be coming up in just a moment.
Michael Cross is keeping it hidden even from us.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I might know what this is.
Yes, you might know what this is. And we're very, very excited about it. Coming up.
I see you that in confidence, Michael.
There
it is.
There we go. Everybody, this is a countdown to our merchandise store.
That's so exciting,
folks. I know a lot of people have been asking for this, and we just finally kind of figured out how we want to do this, because it took a while for us to figure out how we want to do it, how we want to go and put this together for all of you out there. A lot of people have been asking for it, so here it is. Our merchandise store goes live in 10 days, 23 hours, 33 minutes, and 20 seconds and counting, folks.
Merch.
10 days, just less than 11 days before the merchandise goes. So
we're gonna have hats, we're gonna have t-shirts, we're gonna have you can get the combination Brook Johnnie hair care spray.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wait, okay, sure.
I don't use product. These guys use product.
Sorry. Yeah, you can't get that product.
But yes, we
there you go.
We are very excited. And Johnny, tell it a little bit about what's going to go on with this merchandise store.
Tell them what they've won.
Connor, where are you?
Connor.
Let's get Connor on. Connor, you want to be on the show?
You know, if you're a Patreon member, Connor's probably posting it in the Discord right now with facts and details and stuff.
Yeah.
But you got to be a $5 Patreon member to figure that stuff out. But
basically, you're going to be able to order things on this, and there's just going to be several choices. Make sure you check it out. We'll have more information as we go by. Less than 11 days before we launch this thing. So excited. And it'll probably be just the cast buying stuff. Who knows? I'm immediately going to start buying stuff. T-shirts, hats, whatever. It's going to be fantastic. We're all very, very excited about it. So,
Johnny, I don't want to put you on the spot.
I'm trying to get Connor in here. Okay, go.
But any chance? I know we'll have a Red Dirt logo shirt. Any chance there might be a Plausible Deniability shirt?
I'm thinking there's going to be a Plausible Deniability shirt. I think there's definitely going to be some shirts from the shows across the network.
Sweet.
Yep. So Mysteries of Beatrix and The Warehouse has a really cool logo that only we have seen. Mm-hmm. And I'm digging it. And, of course, Wayfinder Legends for the Pathfinder crew.
Yeah.
Woo!
Very, very
exciting.
We're so thrilled. So look for that. 11 days. I don't want to say any much more because I want to let people find out more information about that. So let's move on to the Dungeon Master's Guide. The most important book in all of the core books that no one has ever read.
That no one has ever read.
The Dungeon Master's Guide.
I
do wish I still had my old. I wish I had my old books. I want to pull up the one with the demon statue thing. Anyway,
that'd be awesome.
So here's the thing: they're going to make a new Dungeon Master's Guide. We had what's his name? Todd Kendrick interviewed Chris Perkins about this new Dungeon
Yeah.
Master's Guide. It's to be coming out next year with the 10th anniversary of 5e, the 50th anniversary of Dungeons and Dragons, and I am so excited. See, Dungeon Master's Guide. I'm so excited about this because of what they're talking about, the changes to it. Oh,
yeah. No, I'm still here. Go right ahead. It's a plan.
Okay.
He's pulling it out.
So anyway, I'm very, very excited about this. What were your thoughts when you saw the video, Johnny?
First of all, I could listen to Kendrick interview anybody.
Yeah.
I was really sad when D&D Beyond, and he left their channel and everything and all their stuff. Look at that! Look at your first edition.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Wow.
the
one Michael has with
the second printing.
That's the second printing of first edition. You bet.
Who's
I
the
had
guy
that
on the
one.
cover? Is that Fistin Rastelin?
I don't, there's all kinds of rumors about who that is on the cover, and I don't know that it's ever been confirmed. The chat might know who that is.
Isn't
on
that the
cover.
Temple of Elemental Evil?
But it is. I think it's supposed to be.
Temple of Elements are evil. Anyways, yes, I heard it, and so you're right. People have. I mean, the stuff I heard from the interview was like, man, I'd read this.
Yeah.
I own the Dungeon Master Guide. I've owned just a couple of the different printings of it for 5th edition, and yeah, it's like I might thumb through it when I first get it, kind of thing, a little bit here and there, and then it just kind of goes to the wayside. I think the stuff that I was hearing Perkins talk about today, I'm like, this would come to the table with me, or digitally or what have you. I could see more reason to have this in my arsenal than before.
Yeah,
for sure.
I've read the Dungeon Master's Guide all the way through, and
of course,
as it's like it's a handbook that is just really hard to read, because especially I always thought it was funny that you read the first part of the Dungeon Master. It says, when you're creating your world, start simple with like a town and rebuild and build that town and then build out. Here's the next chapter, cosmology. Here's gods and planes, and it's like, what? You just said to start small, and you just went to like the universe, the multiverse.
And meanwhile, for people now, chances are that you are a player, but if you're in a group that has never played before and someone has to be the Dungeon Master, you might, back in our day, be going, but what do I do with the weird dice?
Yeah.
That's not, is that ever addressed? I don't know,
Well,
so.
and one of the things that Chris Perkins had talked about was the fact that one of the things they're going to talk about is like, just what's a DM screen? So there's going to be a lot of things that new new players, new people to the game could hopefully read this book front to back. And I tell you, everyone goes, well, you read when I read the Ravenloft and I read Tasha's and all the newer books that have come out, Fizzbands, I could read them. I could read them front to back, and it was fun. It was enjoyable. It was well written, and so I'm very excited about what these writers who now have experience in 5th edition can write for a Dungeon Master's Guide. Because the last time Chris even talks about how they kind of had to throw it together as quickly as possible, and that was the first edition. The one you just pulled out, Brook, is hard to read.
It is, and it's really, it's really weird in that response. So I went look, and I'm like, oh wait, I know how books are. I'll look and see what it says on the inside cover about the cover, right? And I go in here to read, and it says it's not going to focus, but it says, the book cover painting shows an encounter between 3 adventurers and the Freet on the elemental plane of fire. No, that's the first printing cover. They didn't even change the words on the inside. So we still don't know who this is. My brain still doesn't know.
I like how it's columns.
Yes.
Second edition,
It's so the columns are so weird
and every now and then there's a table in there that sometimes doesn't match with what they were writing about, and
If you drive through RPG, they get rid of the 6 columns thing and make it more readable, but the 3 columns thing is hard to read now, looking back on it,
especially as you get older.
something I hope a new D&D brings out, and I heard Chris Perkins talking about a lot of the like campaign building and stuff. A lot of times, so we're old school. We would play the modules, or we would just make stuff up in homebrew. I
Right.
will hear a lot of people. I'm playing a D&D game. I'm like, oh, what's your game like? And they're like, oh, we're playing Dragon Heist, but homebrew. And I'm like, oh, how's it homebrew? Throw it at me. I'm letting a Ravnica subclass be in it. And I'm like, you're not. That's not. I mean, yeah, but sitting down and starting a campaign beginning to end that you didn't pay for, that just came out of your imagination and conversations with your players, I hope that is really focused on more so in this DMG than it has been in previous ones for 5e. Because I think people are missing out on not just building their own stuff for their own party and their own group of friends.
Right. That's how
I
Ravenloft
don't want
was
to be
for me. That's how Ravenloft
go.
was for
Yeah.
me. Reading that, I was reading through that and going, "Oh my gosh, you could create this world." It didn't have specifics. You still built those things in there. So I'm figuring that's
Right.
what's going to be with the DM's guide. That it's gonna whet the appetite for someone to want to sit down and create a world, or if nothing else, just create a small adventure. There's even going to be an entire chapter just on creating just adventures. And I think, unfortunately, the DM's guide, and you can tell it from first edition all the way to fifth edition, it was all about creating this massive world with moons and governments and religion and all this stuff. I want to just create an adventure. I just want my friends to sit down at a table and just play an adventure. And I think this one's going to also do that a lot as well. It's an entire chapter devoted to just adventures.
And I will say that would never, in the past, when you've been talking about those particular books, that made me, and tie into what Johnny said, that made me really happy, because I thought, well, they're just going to do the DM's guide, and then throw in product placement. Like, and if you want to do this adventure, you want to go the elemental plane of air, grab this adventure.
Yeah.
If you want to do this one, do that one. But yeah, they did say use Ravenloft to create any type of domain of dread that you want. And so, Johnny, if they're going to be able to do that with the world building or town building or whatever of the Dungeon Master's Guide, it could be really great. They have a chance to really get this right.
Yeah,
and they've spent so much time on it, and I'm very, very excited about it. I'm excited about the full trilogy of books coming back out, and with the additions that they've had for the past, with Tasha's, with Fizzbands, with Mordenkainen, or with the multiverse, Monsters of the Multiverse, they've already kind of set the stage for a more updated 5e, and so I'm very excited. First off, that they are staying with 5e. They're not. It's not.
Do you think this empowers? Do you think this empowers that, not having to write a new edition, that they're going to be able to take the best stuff?
Yes, exactly.
I do too.
It is.
Yeah, I do too.
And I got to say it. All these YouTubers who are out there go, I called it. Let me tell you, I called it.
You
called
did.
it.
Michael Cross did.
Right after D&D Direct, I said, one D&D is done. They are not going to a new edition. It is over. They are staying with 5th edition, because they mentioned nothing about a new edition. They mentioned nothing about 1D&D. And I was so excited. I was thrilled. Just stay with what you got. Update the Player's Handbook. Update the D&D. Call them, Player's Handbook 2 or DM's Guide 2, or just throw them out into a trilogy. I'll buy them. I'll buy them in the box set, because I think
you're right. Go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
Yeah, that's it.
I was just gonna say, I think you're right. They're gonna have to put some type of marker on it, and if they don't, then the community will. Like, if there's enough nuances, we will start calling it 5.5, right, or whatever.
I don't think they'll call it 5.5 because
2.
No, I don't think they'll call it 5.5, because it's still going to be 5e. It's still going to be just like Tasha's came out. And we didn't go, oh, that's 5.25. Or
okay, that's a good point.
Monsters of the Multiverse came out. Oh, that's 5.3. We didn't do that. So it's not going to be a 5.5 or a 5 or whatever. It's going to be 5th edition. It's just going to be with the updated information. The things that we look at with the same classes, the same races, all that stuff in there, but it's going to be updated with the changes that they've made through Tasha's, through Volo's, through Xanathar's. It's just going to be updated with all the information that's come out since then.
do we think they'll probably like kind of do a little bit of power balancing, because like, you know, some of those domains, those new cleric domains that came out, man, why would anybody play anything from the player's handbook when you have I can
That's
do
why.
all of this? So
That's
yeah,
why. Yeah. I mean, you can't, there are very few classes in the player's handbook that are better than anything that came out in Xanathar's or Tasha's. There are a
Yep.
few. There are a few still, but they're so, so I think they will update them to where you will want to again play these classes that were in the original player's handbook.
yeah,
That
yeah.
would be. I
That'll be
did feel like
that'll be fun.
I did feel like sometimes picking your class is just picking what kind of armor you want to wear. Because it's like, well, I want to be a spellcaster. I've seen fighters cast fireball. You know, it's yeah. I think there needs to be a balance where between martial and spellcasters, definitely. That's always the big argument and everything. But I feel like they're missing an opportunity if they don't call it Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Fifth Edition.
No.
Oh, that's not a bad blending, right? Then
It's launched. So yeah, with all these new classes and everything. I will say the hard part is I was looking up some monsters the other day, and I was like, I want to know what book they come from. And I'm looking at them on D&D Beyond, and D&D Beyond will tell you the source book they come from.
Yeah.
Everything comes from Mordenkainen's now.
Oh, I know.
Everything. Yeah, and I'm
Really?
like, no, I know specifically where it originally in 5e where it originally came from, and because Mordenkainen's pushed them all into one.
Yeah, Monsters of the
Everything
Multiverse.
according
Yeah.
to-
Yeah,
Yeah,
Volos and,
yeah.
and Mordenkainen's is now one book. It's
Because I have
Monsters of the
every
Multiverse.
other book on my shelf. I just want to go grab that book, but now I'm yeah, it's weird.
Just grab Monsters of the Multiverse. And that's what I have back here.
Well,
I have that one too.
Yeah.
Because I knew immediately that I was going to need it. But
I haven't done the PDF for that one yet.
they do talk about there is going to also again be a new monsters manual. Very quickly to touch on some of the things that Perkins talked about with that was that they are balancing the monsters now to be more level with their CR. They're not going to change the CR, but they're just not powerful enough to fight off the things that they should be fighting off. So they're going to build up their power, but not change the CRs of the creatures because that would throw off all their adventures. So they're staying with the CR of the monster. Like I think an adult white dragon, I think, is something like a CR 18 or something like CR 19. Don't at me. It's something like that. So it will stay as a CR 18 or 19 or whatever it is, but they will boost up its abilities so that it is more capable of handling adventurers of that challenge rating. So very excited. And he says there's going to be a whole bunch of new monsters in the new monsters manual as well. And there's going to be more high level CR monsters in the monster manual.
Yes.
And yeah, more opportunities, because there was nothing worse than you get to 15th, 16th level for a DM having players that are that level. And like, I don't know, a Tarrasque. What do I throw at you? It's either a demon lord or a Tarrasque.
Here's what you throw at them, Michael.
Exactly.
Here's what you throw at them, Michael, and this goes back. Do this, okay? You got a level 19 party. You got your monster manual, and you go, oh, they need a fight. What monster do I throw at them? Do this. And there's a creature twice your size with 4 arms, holding in each arm, and you just start making it up. And you grab your notebook over here and you write down a number, and that number is how many hit points it has. And then you write down another one, and that's armor class. And then you just start making up. You build a creature. As we talk a lot about improv, but then we also talk a lot about run to the book and do exactly what the book says. Make up a creature for that level.
Yes, but yes, that is, if you are an experienced dungeon master, yes.
True.
But we are not talking to experienced dungeon masters. We're dying, guys.
People have
we are
what saying over and over again. Never mind.
No, Johnny's brain self-heals. He's just going to keep coming back over and over.
That's true. He's already absorbed his twin. So call back.
Twice as smart now.
Twice as smart.
No,
that was just the first generation.
The whole point though of the new DM's guide and really, Perkins really pushed this, and this is true, is the fact there are far too many people, especially maybe people who watch the new D&D movie, who go, I want to do that, but I'm sitting around a table and we all want to do that. And there's no, all of us want to be players. Somebody has to be a DM. And
Yep.
the whole point of the new DM's guide, the whole point of the new Monsters Manual, the whole point of the new Player's Handbook is that new players can come in and be a dungeon master, can run a campaign, can run an adventure with this book. Because it's not about us. It's just not. It is about, because we already know how to do it. We already know how to do it. It's about people who've never done it before, maybe never even played the game before. And they can sit down and read this book and become a dungeon master, which is more exciting than anything else because the idea of getting more people excited about it, that means more people playing the game. That means more people watching this show. That means more people listening to Red Dirt RPG, Mysteries of Beatrix, because they're excited about it. So more people doing it, the better is all I can say. And so that's what I'm excited about with this book.
I just come up with a genius idea, and you're going to hate it.
Okay. Yes.
I'm going to pitch right now. I'm going to pitch it right now live on the internet. Just to gauge reaction. Ready? A live stream put on by us. Set in 5e, starting at level 5. No, everyone shows up and make their characters, and when anyone asks who's the DM, it's a surprise. We don't tell you who the DM is. The minute the live stream starts, each one of us is assigned a number, and a die is rolled, and that DM is picked up. You start 30 seconds. Start building a story instantly out of your head. Put your character aside. You're now in the DM chair. 4 hours, go. I'd watch that. I don't have my
Chat, what do you think?
Here's the problem.
You can't use any monster that exists in published material.
I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. That's not. I've got so much stuff in my brain right now. I don't have time to make up. That's why I go to books. That's why I go to the books.
News report still stuck in your head.
Yeah, I do. I've got today's weather report still in my head.
It could be the most terrifying campaign ever, one shot ever, because Michael would just regurgitate the news.
Oh my God. That's a plane of dread itself.
I've got very little memory space up here. I still remember all 7 members of Gilligan's Island. I can't get rid of that.
Well, those are the 7 people that run the council in this kingdom that you started, Michael. See?
No. I love having books. I love having pre-written material. I mean, it's been tested. It's been, because I've also played games. I've played homebrew games where it's just like, what are you doing? And it's just, there's no flow to it. There's no, because the beauty of using a pre-written, like either an adventure path or a pre-written adventure from a DDAL, the beauty of it is it's already been play tested. It's already, so it's got a flow to it. Now, granted, you can go off on tangents and do whatever you want to do on that, but I like pre-written stuff. I like the books. I think the books are there for a reason, and I use them because, again, I got too much stuff I'm thinking about.
Okay, we'll exclude you. Everybody else is in. See, you can play. You're locked in as a player. Everybody else has to be Kiri.
It has been pointed out to me that I forgot the Red Dirt Outlaws. I did, because
Who are the Red Dirt Outlaws?
Who are the Red Dirt Outlaws? Well, it only took us 1.5 years to come up with a name. We finally did. The Red Dirt Outlaws. It's Secrets of Monster Island is what we're doing right now. But and I think I counted out the weeks, and it's around May 22nd, around in there, that area. We will be switching from Secrets of Monster Island to Keys from the Golden Vault. Pre-written material, I tell you.
It's going to be great.
It does. It takes a lot of pressure off. I think that's the beauty of it. But we will be Mark, Andrew, and I will be still players. Aiden will still be our dungeon master. We're going to be joined by Connor, who you might know from Red Dirt D&D. Connor's going to be joining us.
Awesome.
And a new cast member, Bree. I'm very excited to have her along. She's going to be fabulous. And I've actually played with her before at under Mark's when Mark was doing the original Groundhog Day game, like at Game HQ, and then we had to move online because of the Rona.
Yeah.
I played with Bree there. So Bree is fantastic. We're very excited to have her, and it's just gonna be a lot of fun. So check out Red Dirt Outlaws. New episodes every Monday. Just thought I'd mention it. How was that? Ruffles and Falcor, was that better?
I love that part.
Yes.
And the chat is doing well. He has a chance to respond. The chat is just rocking with the positives and negatives of Johnny's ideas. So
yes. I agree. I agree with Curtis. It's either brilliant or terrible.
I agree. That's the point. Be both.
The problem is, and of course that's why I also edit. By the way, all of the Red Dirt D&D stuff is heavily edited. Because of that, sometimes
heavily edited.
You have a brain fart. Everybody does. You can't. There's no way to avoid it. And so, I love the idea of it. I would not want to be. I would certainly. I'll come in with a player. Johnny, you can make up the whole thing. I'll be there.
We'll do it. It'll happen.
And yeah,
it's a trap.
Thanks,
oh God, I'm just realizing now. If it was, I mean, I could, yeah. It's like, we're playing through a Disney movie. She's just going to automatically start. No, it has to be original. It can't be recognized from any other source of media. I don't know, maybe an hour to prep. I might say, here are 3 maps and 3 items. and go.
Yeah,
you bet.
I don't think it would be possible to not pull from some kind of media because that's how our brains work. We do pull from. I mean, even if it was a fantasy setting, 5e, water deep setting, there might be elements of Star Wars, or there might be elements of some fantasy.
There's no more original ideas. There's elements of there would be the Chosen One story that could be one of 50 different movies. There's the classic good evil tale, our redemption arc stories. Yeah, you could pinpoint stuff to something, but you can also tell when someone is blatantly sitting down trying to run Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was an interesting thing that happened in my brain, just in my own detox from Sunday. Sunday we recorded an episode of a set of Red Dirt, and it will be 2 round tables away, I think, that we get to talk about this. But there was an area that, due to player choices and circumstances, that the players didn't go to, that I had prepped that they didn't go to, and I was kind of reworking that, and not intentionally in any way, but as I was looking back at it, if I mention that it's the kind of the C-3PO R2-D2 in the control room hiding out, when the others are down in the garbage smasher of the detention level, right? It's so obviously kind of that setup, even though I had no intent, no clue of doing that when I wrote. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't do that. I didn't do it on purpose. I don't think anyone would see it unless I say, hey, look at that. And then you're like, oh my gosh, that's it. So it's something I look forward to talking about in a few weeks on a roundtable. Yeah. So
we will be doing a roundtable next Friday. So a week from tomorrow, a new roundtable talking about episodes 21 through 24. Episode 24 will be launching next Wednesday. That will be Brook's first.
Yeah.
Johnny ends, if you haven't heard it yet, Johnny ended his on Wednesday in Death Wish. And oh my gosh, Johnny, you're insane. You're just insane.
I am.
You're absolutely insane.
We talk about all the craziness of that in the roundtable that comes out the week after that. So
yeah.
Woo-hoo.
It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. There was I can't say anything yet. There were spoilers.
I know. We can't say anything yet.
I'm like, I can say anything I want to the roundtable. No, the roundtable is recorded. The roundtable isn't published.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a few weeks. We'll have We'll do a post-mortem on that in a few weeks. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
Yeah. Because I think there was an item in that round table that we actually didn't get to, because I wanted to talk about the prints that were on the map that Twitch goes off to chase.
That was.
And I don't think we ever talked about that in the round table. So that'll be a Patreon. That'll be a Plausible Deniability exclusive.
That's right.
That'll be one exclusive. I hope Aiden's in the chat for that one. That's
We got about 5 minutes left. Hey, have you seen the Mandalorian finale yet?
Oh man, God!
I've not seen it yet. Oh no!
It was good. It was a good episode. It was a good episode. I don't think it was a good finale. It was a good episode.
Didn't think it was a good finale. I was kind of hoping
the
for.
Before that was called Spies. The episode before that was called Traitor. Who was the traitor and who was the spy? And don't you dare say Gideon's former Imperial. Duh. We know she was a spy and a traitor.
Yeah.
She wasn't.
Who's feeding her the info, right?
An Imperial. So since last week's episode to last night's episode, everyone has been debating at work, here at home. Do you think the armorer? She's the one that got in the ship and flew back into space. What about the dude who jetpacked out of the hole? What about when this happened? I bet it's that one girl, because remember in the first season she was running around in the hood? We're trying to theorize who the spy was, because here's the question you have to ask. When they got to the place, no spoilers if you haven't seen last week's, when they got to the place on Mandalore they were going, how convenient all those other people who showed up knew they were going to be there. Yeah, I know they were down the tunnel around the corner from a thing, but it was just so it's obvious someone let them know they were there, and the name of the episode was Spies, and then they just dropped it.
I didn't.
They
have any
dropped
problem
it.
with that. I didn't have any problem with that at all. It was a classic good versus evil.
My vote later.
Of course, it's the armorer. She's the one that got Bo-Katan to bring all the Mandalorians together to one place, because Moff Gideon is from Mandalore, and he followed Darth Maul, and that's why his helmet has spikes, and the armorer's helmet has spikes, and they're all Maul worshippers, and so they're wiping out Mando. And then nothing came of it. It was just, it fizzled.
It was a red herring.
It was a really pretty episode.
I
really
really
left
enjoyed it.
a lot of questions.
I was disappointed there was not a mid-credit scene of some kind of teaser for the next season.
That was also weird, because they felt like they were really building up Bo-Katan to take over, and then when it ended, I felt like. I mean, do you feel like so? I'm not gonna talk about. I can't. I spoiled some bad stuff a few weeks ago on Plausible Deniability.
But I will tell you, when you watch Picard, there is actually a mid-credit scene.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah,
I watched the Picard credits. They're neat. They show up on the screens, and
the music that they play from I think it's from not Generations, First Contact is the music that they're playing. It is. I'll just keep it playing, but this time it's not that. But make sure you stick. As unfortunately, television shows, sometimes you don't think about it. You just click off of it, and if you stream it, you just turn it off. So make sure you stick around through the credits, because it's
interesting that Ruffles says they're building to a movie.
No, not a movie. A Thrawn movie.
Well,
right.
There's not a Thrawn movie. Thrawn is showing up in Ahsoka.
No, they are building up to a movie of something involving this timeline of all the TV shows.
Okay.
It could be
It could be. I think.
That's cool.
I think we do know that Thrawn will be in Ahsoka.
Right. And he was mentioned heavily in Mandalorian. We're dealing already with the remnants of the Empire, and Thrawn himself is, as Ahsoka said in a trailer, the heir to the Empire.
Right.
Yep.
I know. When she said heir to the Empire, like, I have that book.
That Ahsoka trailer is so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Okay, we BS'd enough for 5 minutes, folks. Everybody. Okay, first off, everybody, again, right down there underneath the red dirt symbol is the subscribe button. Click a subscribe button. Mash it. Smash it.
Woo-hoo. And hit that like.
Hit the
there's
like.
5 thumbs up on my screen right now. We've got 9 or 10 or 12 people in the chat. Please hit the like button.
Hit the like button. That's how people know about us. But do
Curtis,
subscribe.
I know you have 17 YouTube accounts. Go click like on all of them.
Yes. And subscribe. And make sure to ring the bell and know when we got new shows coming out, because on Monday we'll have a new episode of Secrets of Monster Island. Last night we had Mysteries of Beatrix. And really fun show. I still got 30 more minutes to watch on that. Sorry, guys. I had to work today.
That's okay. You've been working.
Yeah. The beauty of it, you can actually watch it anytime. So switch over to Mysteries of Beatrix. It was a great episode. It was a lot of fun. And make sure to check out Red Dirt D&D. What else do we need to make to mention?
You can now check out Red Dirt D&D. You can check out reddirtrpg.com.
Yes. reddirtrpg.com.
Make your announcement yet, but it is all becoming Red Dirt RPG.
And in less than 11 days, merchandise, folks.
Merchandise.
Merchandising.
And Patreons need to stand by for news. And Michael Cross, if you don't mind, tell me something about, say, numbers for this month. Would you want to share anything about that?
Sure.
Not to brag.
But yesterday we had our best day ever. More than 500 downloads in one day. We've already surpassed 3,000 for the month. We hit 4,800 the month before. We're going to easily pass 4,000 again this month, and it's all because of you, the fans. We absolutely love you. If you want to be even a bigger fan, go to patreon.com/reddirtdnd, become a Patreon member. We've got new levels. Shoot, Johnny, quickly. We have not talked about that.
Michael, we can do it slowly too. If you are already a Patreon, go check out what your tier has.
Oh.
Yeah.
It may have changed.
Patreon.com/reddirtdnd.
For the better. Yep, at $5 a month. You want me to read through all these, Michael? $5 a month. You get access to
people can look it up. People can look
okay,
it up.
cool.
They can look it up.
Some of the really great ones. Starting at the $20 a month one, you get something every quarter. If you go to the $50 one, you get something else every quarter. If you go to $100, you get something else every quarter, and that is broken up. So every month you are receiving something free from us.
Yeah.
At the
you
$100.
guys have trusted us for so long. We are ready to give back to you.
Yeah. So patreon.com/reddirtdnd. Check it out. Brand new levels, brand new. There's so many exciting things going on with Red Dirt right now. We're excited. Red Dirt RPG, Red Dirt RD, right there. Red Dirt. Mysteries of Beatrix, right there.
That's awesome.
And we love you all. Be safe. Have fun. And we will see you in 2 weeks right here on Plausible Deniability. I'm Michael Cross.
I'm Brook Bullock.
Johnny Payne.
Live long and prosper, folks.
Peace and long life.